Sawyer is a young university student who dreams of a bright future. During her morning run, she receives a call saying she's been selected for a job interview. She's very excited about the opportunity, but discovers the interview is in Washington. Afraid of disappointing herself if she doesn't get the job, she decides to go without telling anyone. Sawyer hastily packs her things and cancels her Thanksgiving plans with her family on I-64. Midway through her journey, she encounters holiday traffic and decides to take a shortcut. The road is later closed for safety reasons. Sawyer panics and looks for an alternative route to Washington on a paper map. She parks her car by the roadside and gets out to look at the map. She could have looked at the map inside the car, but instead, she decided to get out to look at a map alone in an isolated location. Hey, the movie I'm summarizing is called Rust Creek. It's a very good film that combines drama with suspense. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to receive the best recaps. Suddenly, a truck stops beside her and two brothers, Hollister and Buck, get out of the vehicle and approach Sawyer. The brothers offer to help Sawyer but become violent when she rejects their dinner invitation. The brothers try to assault Sawyer, but she reacts quickly, wounding them with a pocket knife. Sawyer runs desperately into the forest to escape the brothers. Unfortunately, she trips and injures her leg, but manages to hide successfully when night falls. The brothers interrupt their pursuit and return to the forest. The brothers were burying a body when Sawyer passed by them. The paranoid brothers thought Sawyer saw them, so they went after her. Sawyer finds a creek to quench her thirst before spending the night on the embankment. Later that night, the sheriff's department receives a report about an abandoned car. No one in the neighborhood knows about the car left there. O'Doyle, the sheriff, follows leads and reaches the brothers, who are scared to see him but say they know nothing about the car. Sawyer continues walking through the woods feeling very hungry, thirsty, and in pain from her injured leg, which makes her walk slowly. She hears voices near a cliff and sees her car being pushed by the brothers, who want to get rid of it to avoid being discovered because of their illegal business. When they leave, Sawyer goes to the car and finds her phone, but it has no signal or enough battery to be useful. Sawyer keeps walking until she faints. She wakes up in a house, with her leg bandaged, and sees a man named Lowell in front of her. Sawyer tries to escape from Lowell but falls to the ground, powerless. She accuses him of lies, but loses consciousness before causing more problems. When she regains her senses, she sees that Lowell has tied her hands and feet. Lowell gives her a piece of bread and says he wants to be her friend. Meanwhile, the brothers follow Sawyer's trail and arrive at Lowell's house. Lowell is talking with Sawyer when he hears a car stopping. Sawyer screams for help, but Lowell silences her as he wants to see who it is. The brothers approach the house, and Lowell goes to meet them. They are Lowell's cousins, who manufactures methamphetamine and sells it to them. The brothers question Lowell about Sawyer, but he denies seeing any girl around. The brothers get angry when Lowell doesn't let them enter the house. Luckily, Sawyer manages to free herself and hide outside while the brothers search the place. After they leave, Sawyer wonders why Lowell defended her from them. Lowell confesses that he knows his cousins will harm Sawyer if they catch her, so the best way to protect her is to keep her in the house. Upon returning to town, O'Doyle faces pressure from his superior, the Kentucky Highway Patrol Chief, Slattery. The vehicle's owner was identified as a missing girl, and this became a high-priority matter. Slattery demands that O'Doyle solve the case urgently and is dissatisfied with how O'Doyle has handled the matter so far. O'Doyle is annoyed with the criticism he receives. Then, O'Doyle seeks out the brothers, revealing himself as a corrupt police officer involved in illegal methamphetamine business. He is furious with the brothers for letting Sawyer escape alive, as this could seriously harm their operations. He wants the brothers to locate Sawyer as soon as possible. After making sure Lowell is trustworthy, Sawyer tells him about her interview in Washington. She asks Lowell to release her, but Lowell doesn't have a car. However, his cousins will be out of town for the weekend, so Lowell will have access to their truck and can safely take Sawyer to Washington. The two become closer and friends, sharing their troubles. While Lowell teaches Sawyer some chemistry secrets in methamphetamine manufacturing, he prepares another batch of the drug. Lowell receives some boxes from the brothers at his house and uses some chemicals to create a white smoke cloud in the house. This allows Sawyer to leave unseen and hide, as the brothers can't see anything in the house because of the smoke. In town, Deputy Katz overhears a conversation between O'Doyle and the brothers, and is shocked to learn that the sheriff is involved in various crimes in town. He confronts the sheriff with a gun and accuses him of corruption. The sheriff tries to calm the deputy down, and when Katz relaxes, the sheriff shoots him. O'Doyle persuades the brothers to bury Katz's body in the woods. When Commander Slattery asks about the case, O'Doyle shows some false evidence indicating that Katz was connected to the girl's disappearance. He says he dismissed Katz and that he must have run away with Sawyer. Slattery thinks the case is dragging on too long and passes it to the state police. O'Doyle meets with the brothers and informs them about the situation. He's worried that the state police will discover the drug trafficking and take them to jail. O'Doyle wants the brothers to make the next methamphetamine delivery as quickly as possible before the case is transferred. He also decides to participate in the mission, hoping that the money obtained from the business will help with his retirement. Sawyer and Lowell are out when O'Doyle's car arrives. Sawyer quickly hides before the sheriff reaches the house. The sheriff also suspects that Lowell is protecting Sawyer and asks to search the house. Lowell grabs his rifle and doesn't let the sheriff enter his house, saying he needs a warrant. O'Doyle tells the brothers that Lowell might be an obstacle if he's harboring Sawyer. The brothers go to Lowell's house and see Sawyer's mark, confirming she's there with Lowell. They enter and hold both at gunpoint. Lowell claims he hid Sawyer from the brothers because he found a better use for her. As the brothers want to expand their drug business and the drug mafia is coming to the region, they'll need larger production. Lowell has been teaching Sawyer to help and kept her trapped in the house. After saying this, Lowell tells Sawyer to make coffee for him, showing that she's become an obedient slave. Sawyer makes coffee and takes it to the microwave. She cuddles up to Lowell, who holds her in his lap and waits until the microwave beeps to signal the coffee is hot. Buck heads to the microwave, but soon after, the appliance explodes with a deafening noise. Lowell had prepared a homemade bomb with ammonium anhydride, which detonates when heated. The explosion kills Buck instantly and injures everyone else except Sawyer, whom Lowell protects. They crawl outside, and Lowell is severely injured, unable to escape with Sawyer. Lowell tells Sawyer to run when Hollister appears with the rifle. He aims at Sawyer, but Lowell interferes, grabbing him from behind. Hollister's body is partially burned, but he's still stronger than Lowell. Lowell manages to get on top, and when he was about to kill Hollister, O'Doyle arrives at the scene and shoots Lowell and Buck. Sawyer escaped while the trailer was on fire, and she breathes relieved when a police car stops in front of her. However, she soon realizes that O'Doyle acted strangely and nervously after using an expression she had heard the brothers use. To rid himself of any connection to drug trafficking, he murdered his cousins, but still had to eliminate Sawyer, who was an inconvenient witness. O'Doyle soon notices that Sawyer is suspicious of him and intimidates her. He takes her to a place called Rust Creek and attacks her, trying to submerge her. Luckily, Sawyer protects herself using a rake she had taken from Lowell's house before. They face off, and the rake falls into the creek. Sawyer resists the stronger man until she finds the rake, then stabs him several times in the feet, groin, and chest. This doesn't kill him, but the wounds are strong enough to distract him, and he releases her. Sawyer continues to strike O'Doyle until she's sure he won't pursue her. Sawyer limps away firmly and reaches the road. Several police cars appear, and now Sawyer can rest easy, knowing her painful nightmare is over. So that's it. Leave a like and hit the notification bell to be notified of new summaries.